obvious that many of you have once been bullied. It could be for a day, for an hour, or a whole year. It could be at school, at work, or even at the park. But in the end, there are bullies everywhere. They just want to pick on you and socially humiliate you. But why? Why do they do this? Why do they want to hurt you and make you feel miserable? Well, there can be many reasons for this. Some say bullies are insecure about themselves or have their own personal problems. They can be jealous of you, or hurting people can just be their personality. You find people like this everywhere you go. One of my personal experiences was in my 4th grade. I had this girl in my class who would act like she was my best friend, find out about all of my personal things, and would spread them by altering them with some bad things. Now, I was too young back then to realize that she was actually jealous of me and that this was considered to be bullying. But now, as I think about it again and again, there are just so many things I could have done to stop that. And the reason that she was jealous of me was that even though I was a new student, I had a lot of friends compared to the number of friends that she had. So her goal, as funny as it may sound, was to ruin my friendships and to destroy my reputation. So my story illustrates that bullies can be of all ages, they can bully you for any reason, and they can bully you in different ways. Which brings me to the different types of bullying. Verbal bullying, social bullying, and cyberbullying. Verbal bullying is when a person is verbally abused, like getting insulted or teased by other people. Social bullying is when a bully tries to socially humiliate you or tries to destroy your reputation, just like what happened in my case. And lastly, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is the bullying that is done on social media, like posting mean comments to a certain content or posting personal information of another person. But not just these. There are so many other types, but the way we can deal with them can be the same by using a very simple strategy. Now, to understand this better, we must first take a well-known example. You might have heard of Gandhiji. Gandhiji was a freedom fighter who was able to lead India towards freedom. But there is something very significant about how he did it. He followed something which is known as ahimsa, or non-violence. He told people to not fight back at their enemies, but to handle things peacefully. So for example, someone slaps you on your right cheek, then show them your left cheek. This is something that Gandhiji said himself. But how does this work? Well, to understand this better, we must first get to know the mentality of a bully. Now, why do bullies want to hurt others in the first place? What do they want to gain from hurting others? Well, the first thing is that they want to see you hurt and they want to see you feeling miserable, which is the reason why they're hurting you in the first place. Now, we all know the human nature. The more we get of something, the more we want. So once a bully hurts you and you cry, or you feel depressed, or you just simply argue back, that is exactly what the bully wants. And that is exactly what you are giving them. So once the bullies get what they want, they will come back for more. Which means they will come back just to hurt you even more. Then how do we react? I can almost hear you asking. Well, just give them the opposite reaction. Something they are not expecting and something that they do not want either. Like agreeing with them. So for example, there is this really mean bully who walks up to you and says, "Hey, you look so dumb." Now usually, people tend to offend the bully back by saying something like, "Well, you're the dumbest person in the entire school." You do not want to say that to a bully. Because once you try to offend the bully, you are giving them an indication that you want to fight with them. And so, the oppressor is going to take that as an opportunity and is going to fight with you. But instead, if you say something like, "Oh, I know, my mom says that too," or "I consider that to be something unique about me." When you say something like this, you are agreeing with them. And agreeing with them is giving them an indication that you do not want to fight with them. You have to show the bully that what they are doing is not affecting you and that you are actually taking things cool. Now, this is something that the bully is not expecting. And it is something that they do not want either. So if you keep showing the bully that what they're doing is not affecting you, then they will not only be disappointed in themselves, but they will also be embarrassed and will eventually give up on hurting you. But not everyone has the confidence to stand up to a bully like that. Many lack the courage and start believing that what the bully said might actually be true. So a few very important things that a person must have are self-love, believing in themselves, and to question everything. Question the reason why that particular person might be saying that. Question if what they're saying might actually be true. Or if they're just insulting you right on your face, then ask yourself if that's true. And ask yourself to stay confident and to keep believing in yourself. Because towards the end of the day, everything is going to lie in your hands and it is up to you to make the right choices. Thank you.